We'll have ourselves a pretty nice evening on our hands, which will give way to an equally nice, albeit chilly night, especially East River, with low temperatures falling into the low 30s. Upper 30s and low 40s, though, the further west you go. We'll still stay quiet for one more day on both sides of the river for Tuesday. Highs in the 50s and low to mid 60s with a good amount of sunshine. But as we head later into the week, things do start to unravel. We'll talk about that coming up. But until then, First at 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, First at 4.
Today is all about celebrating the culture of Indigenous people in South Dakota. We'll take you to a few of today's events.
Plus, we have the latest on the war in Israel as Hamas now threatens to kill hostages.
And later, we talk with people who live near the site of the proposed men's prison just south of Harrisburg. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. Today, several states and cities across the country are celebrating Native American Day, including South Dakota.
In Sioux Falls, a full day of activity started with a prayer service in Lyon Park near downtown. This morning, the gathering is a way to highlight and celebrate Native American culture and traditions.
It shows that we're still here. We're still here. As Native people, original inhabitants of this continent, and to show the pride and that our culture is still alive, our language is still alive.
People also paid tribute to the Native American Day Parade Grand Marshal, Opal Stars of Sioux Falls. We'll hear from a woman who came all the way from Oklahoma to attend the prayer service. That's coming up on KELOLAND News at 5.
On the west side of the state, Wind Cave National Park is also hosting several events to celebrate Native American Day. There were hoop dancers and the dedication of the sculpture Sacred Hoop. Artist Kelly Lookinghorse says that the sculpture will educate visitors about the history and the cultural significance of the area.
It's a blessing and an honor to have been given opportunities to tell our side of the story here at Wind Cave. Wind Cave has always been a real sacred site for our people, and we've always felt that this is where we came from. This is where God created us.
We'll check out the rest of today's festivities at Wind Cave coming up tonight on KELOLAND News at 5.
Well, according to the U.S. Census, Native Americans make up more than 8% of the state's population, with more than 73,000 people across the country. More than 5 million Native Americans are members of 574 federally recognized and 63 state recognized tribes. That number of members is projected to rise to 10 million by 2060.
Coming up this week on Inside KELOLAND, we are celebrating Indigenous heritage. We will be highlighting stories of Native American celebrations and events held in KELOLAND throughout the year. We're also going to hear from people working to bring change in the issues facing Native Americans and find out how the culture is being honored and celebrated through the art and fashion. That is this Sunday night after the late local news, and you'll also be able to watch the entire special on KELOLAND.com.
Well, it was a beautiful morning to be outside and celebrating some of these events.
5-star day, in my opinion, Adam.
You really can't go wrong with anything that we had today. I'd be inclined to agree with this being a 5-star day. Tomorrow, also shaping up to be that way. And then we start taking those stars away as we head later into the week. But we'll get to that in due time. For now, though, we'll start out west with a view from our camera in Sturgis. Blue skies above. It has been seriously a gorgeous day on either side of the river. Not much of a breeze, not much cloud cover. It really has been kind of difficult to try and find anything to complain about. I guess maybe there have been a few more clouds in a few areas. There's a view from our Great Bear camera, for example, 62. But those are just fair weather clouds that'll just float on by over the next couple of hours. Temperatures are going to continue to stay near, if not a little bit below average if you're East River, including 55 in Brookings as well as Marshall, 57 in Watertown, 66 toward Pierce, 69 degrees in Phillip, 64 in Mobridge, 60 in Aberdeen. We do have some chillier temperatures on the way tonight. A frost advisory is in effect in light blue, going up as far north and west as Huron. Basically, everybody happening in southeastern South Dakota, southwestern Minnesota, and northwestern Iowa. This goes through mid-morning on Tuesday. The hard stop there on as far north as those frost advisories go is just due in part to the fact that areas of northeastern KELOLAND have already seen their hard freeze, so they won't be getting any more frost or freeze advisories for the rest of the season. But we'll rebound nicely as we go into your day tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine to go around again. Temperatures on either side of 60 in southeastern and northeastern KELOLAND. A little bit warmer toward areas like Wagner and Huron, for example. But again, plentiful amounts of sunshine. Even out west, we'll be doing pretty well for ourselves, even into the 70s at a few locations. But things do come off the rails later in the week. We'll talk about that as we head through the hour.
Thanks, Adam. Authorities on the Rosebud Reservation are searching for a missing teenager. Law enforcement are looking for 13-year-old Sophia Dubray. Police say she's 5'3" and weighs 130 pounds. She has black hair with purple highlights. She was last seen wearing ripped jeans and a black sweater. If you know where she is, contact the Rosebud Sioux Tribe Law Enforcement Services.
Authorities in Plymouth County, Iowa, have released the name of the boy who died in a crash between a dirt bike and a semi. Investigators say 11-year-old Jace Terrald of Sioux City died when the dirt bike and semi collided on Saturday. The boy died at the scene. Law enforcement continue to investigate the crash. The South Dakota Highway Patrol released the name of the Rapid City man who died in a crash along I-90 near Spearfish. Investigators say 39-year-old Marshall Osloon died at the scene. The Highway Patrol says that on Thursday, the car Osloon was stopped in the westbound driving lane of I-90. A pickup then rear-ended the car. Troopers say that Osloon was not wearing a seatbelt. The driver of the pickup was not hurt. The Highway Patrol continues to investigate that crash.
The Iowa man charged with murdering police officer from Algona, Kevin Cram, says he's not guilty of the crime. Kyle Rickey was supposed to appear in court today for his arraignment on first-degree murder charges, but he waived that court appearance and entered a written plea instead. Rickey is accused of shooting Cram last month as the officer tried to serve him with an arrest warrant. Rickey is currently in jail on a $2 million bond. His trial has been set for mid-December.